Alright, 5-foot skeleton, Home Depot with the lighted eyes. I got these in a 6-pack from Home Depot. I'm gonna take this and turn it into a servo head turner. The parts that come is a bracket, cap, spacer. I make those. This is a hex servo shaft that I got from Servo City. It's 48 millimeters long and 25 kilogram servo. These are metal gears inside and supposed to be waterproof to a certain extent. They say waterproof, but yeah. All right, so we've got to separate the two halves on the skull. You're going to need a small screwdriver, long enough to get down into these grooves. And we'll remove these screws. There's 8 screws. I'll try to do this as quick as I can here. I have not opened this one yet, so no telling what's inside. It has been used outside. Ooh, save that one. Two in the top, 2 in the middle, 2 right at the base of the skull, and then 2 where it attaches to the neck. 8 screws total. To get these separated. Okay, and 2 on the neck here. Okay. Part. So when you separate these, there's 2 wires for your lights in here. They don't look too bad. When you turn it over, watch out so your screws don't blow out. A little dirty. Not too bad. All right, so got that separated. What we're going to do now is get this up here. There's a protrusion right here. You got to remove that protrusion. I just use some dikes and snip it off close as you can. Get that out of the way. If you can trim off any other, you can do that as well. Die grinder will work better probably, but I've had no problems with doing it that way. So we got that. So we can knock off that lever that's on there, and then right at the neck piece here, there's 2 little studs that protrude out. We got to cut this one off and the one on this one. I'll snip those off to allow the head to be able to turn. Okay. got those off. Next, we're gonna mount the motor to the bracket. The mounting tabs will be facing the top of the skull, towards the top. And so your motor will be facing down, and you'll want this shaft to be in the center. So it'll go on there just like so. Put you a couple screws in. I'm going to use the drill. This is faster. All the parts I'm using have not been used yet, so you can see how they go together. Don't have any problems with them. So I only put 2 screws. You can put all 4 if you like. I just one on one side, one on the other, one on the inside, one on the outside, just catty corner. And it's plenty for what this thing does. All right, so we got that mounted on. We got to find our spacer. Where'd my spacer go? Oh, there it is. Okay, so there's a little spacer. There'll be different colors. This one just happens to be orange. So this one seems to be a little bit different than the last one. Huh, interesting. Okay. So this will slide on the back half of the skull. Now I'm not sure why this one is different than the last one that I did. I don't know if there's a difference in years on these things or what. Maybe that was a single I bought. This was part of the pack. I don't know. But I had to put this spacer on one side because it would go down, this one side would go down too far. So I had to put this spacer in there. So I'm gonna leave the spacers in the kits just in case somebody has one of the older ones or one of the newer, whichever one it is, that spacer will go in there. But this slops on like so. And then you get your shaft and bolt. This comes as a kit. And on one side is 25 teeth that connects onto the servo teeth. So this end will go onto the servo, and this bolt that goes with it will go up inside and actually screw onto the center of the servo. And then I have this what looks like a .5 millimeter, maybe, Allen wrench. I'm missing a couple of them, but I think it's 2.5. I just, most everything on there is metric, so just find an Allen wrench that'll fit into that screw. And so first we'll put our shaft on, connect the teeth, and then we'll put the bolt in. And tighten that up. Some would say put a little bit of blue Loctite on there. I generally don't try to use Loctite unless I have to, but I haven't had any of these come apart yet. Snug it up good. Alright, got that. Alright, so that part's done. I'll set this aside for a second. And we'll grab the last piece, which is this cap. This cap has a couple of holes on each side for a screw. Doesn't matter, you don't have to use 2. I just use 1. And this cap is just going to slide over the end of the neck. And then we'll put a screw in it. I'm gonna put the screw on the back side here. It's soft plastic, so it should go in pretty easy. Alright, I got the screw in. So we got that. Now we'll take our head here. I'm gonna flip this guy over. So there's your hole in the cap here. Alright, so the face will go down. Yikes. And, oh, forgot one thing. In the bottom of the base of the skull on the back, drill you a hole about 1/4 inch so that you can run your wire through the bottom. I wouldn't put it on the side or anything, I'd put it down here on the bottom. Anywhere on the bottom, right in the center, whatever. But for now, I don't have a drill bit out here, I'm just going to tuck it in on the inside. Let's put the back on first. Alright. Flip it back over so you can see. This over here, this here. So we're gonna go down. So what I normally do is I'll power up the servo to get it center so that I know where center is. So it'll automatically go to center if you plug it in and then unplug it. It'll automatically center itself, and then I'll find center and try to get it on as straight as I can. And it should sit back down on there like so, and then take the back or the front, whatever you want to call it, and slap it back together. Ta-da. Like so. Did I forget something? What's the deal here? Maybe it's this screw, so maybe I'll have to move it to the side. I'll try it that way. And put our screws back in. 2 short ones. I'm not gonna put them all in because I got to take it back apart again, but just to get the idea. I'll have to put my hole in the back, run my wires out. Now the controller can either go inside or outside. For myself, I'm probably gonna make up some custom cables, and it's gonna, because I'm gonna put several of these out in the yard, all on a central, one central box. So mine's not gonna have the controller inside; it's gonna be separate. But you can put the controller will fit in like an actual, like an old pill bottle or something. A little small container that you can tighten up, drill a hole, put some silicone on it, whatever. I can make something up to put the controller in here for those that want the controller in it. But the ideal is I have so many of these. I don't want to have $300 worth of controllers, you know, running around the yard, when I can run 8 off of 1 or 2 controllers. So that's why I'm doing mine that way. Still working on the box, but that's the way I'm going to do mine. But that's how you have it. And the only thing that you'll have out showing is the wire, and you can run it out the back or down the inside or wherever you want to run it. But that's the general idea. No motor showing, no shaft showing. Looks the same as it was, just got the wires that you can deal with. All right, that's it. That's the easy install for that thing. Thanks, guys.